G'day viewers, this is a challenge, Cathcart race day. Now that we've got a racetrack route in TSW, it's time for race day. This is a multiplayer challenge. To join in, create a passenger scenario that leaves from Glassgow 10 and finishes at Glassgow 9 with one stop at Cathcart. You must use a 6-car 314 set, and it needs to depart at 12 PM and use fine weather settings. The rules are: you must do the full stop times at each station with doors open. You must kiss the buffers at Glassgow 9 to finish. How hard you kiss them is up to you. You can go as fast as you dare, and it must be accomplished in a single run. No splicing allowed, so no derailments and joining them together. How to join in? You can do this challenge and post your time here. If you're able to record yourself, then do so and PM me for a link of where to upload the video. I will combine them into a race video and put it on my channel, Train Simulator Driver. This challenge finishes on Wednesday 16th midnight at UTC. Go. Put up your pantographs, start your engines, go. Alright then, here we go for our run for the Cathcart challenge. Let's get everything set up. Whoop, master key in. Reverse it to neutral. Let's get doors open and then we can set the other stuff up a bit more relaxed. Okay, headlights and marker lights. Destination and route. The indicator lights. Brakes off because the doors will hold them on. Let's get our reverser into forward. Alright, we're ready to roll. We've got to wait for the passenger load, and then we're going to go round the circle as fast as we dare. I have found that roughly tripling the speed limit seems to work. Let's get the visor down, get a bit serious here, get some fan actioning, get some windows open. Alright, we're almost ready to get moving. So let's start shutting the doors so it's ready when the green circle comes on. It was fairly close to time, but could have been better. Go on, train. All right, brakes coming off. Let's go. Now, coming out of here, you do get some wheel slip if you go full power too early. Roughly 3 times the speed limit is the rule of thumb. You should be doing 15 here. Yep, wheel slip, wheel slip. Back into notch 4. Let's see how we go. Coming under the 20 mile an hour board now. Cruising along. Game does take the weirdest path through this yard. That's okay. Back of the train should be through the 20 mile an hour point by now. We're coming up to a fairly evil crossover. Let's watch this from the back of the train. 48 mile an hour. We should be fine through here. Cruising along. Thanks to my munchkin upstairs for yelling out for the cat all the time. Helpful. For some reason we're running wrong rail through here, but that's okay. Cruising along. Remember the challenge is to run from Glassgow 10 via Cathcart with a stop to Glassgow 9. When you stop at Cathcart, I don't care how much your train's in the platform, but you must be able to open the doors and let your passengers on and off in the game. So that could be one door. Ooh, this could be a bit hairy. Let's watch this from the back of the train. Ooh, that looks so much like a Rosa, doesn't it? A bit of rough action happening. Yeah, cruising along, nice lean through the curve. 75 mile an hour. Cruising along, 1.4 miles to Cathcart. Well, that's a little bit inaccurate because that's as the crow flies. Cruising. 75 mile an hour. Going uphill now. This will lose a bit of speed through here. We'll see what this one looks like from the platform in a moment. You do get a few tile loading pauses at this speed. No great surprise there. Ooh, that's quick. Feels good. 1 mile to Cathcart now. 80 mile an hour. Alright, coming off the power. Now we've got a crossover coming up. Let's watch that from the back of the train, see what it looks like. 700 yards to Cathcart, going into step 2 now. 450. Not slowing down much. Might have to go into step 3 in a moment. 230. I'm definitely going into step 3. Front of the train's in the platform. Remember, it doesn't matter how much of your train's in the platform. It's got to be one door, and you've got to be able to open it and get the little circle for passenger loading. So I'm going to end up with about 2 or 3 carriages in the platform, I think, maybe 4. Get ready on that door button. Hit the button. Okay. So far, so good. We're at 12:04 and 48 sitting in Cathcart. Now, you release the brakes preemptively because the train won't release them completely until the doors are shut. So you can take advantage of that. You need to time the door closing point on the circle of loading. Coming around on the 2/3 mark. 3/4 mark. Gets really hairy when you get into the yard at the other end. Okay, about there we should be able to close the doors and hit the green circle right on the departure time. Oh, that sounds a bit sad, that vacuum cleaner in the background. Here we go. Notch 4, straight out of here, straight through the crossover. Picking up nicely, no wheel slip. The only way to tell if you've got wheel slip in this train is to watch how the miles per hour is going. If it's going up and getting a bit jerky, then it's got wheel slip. All right, we're in the second half of our run now, 12:05 and 59. Coming up on the 40 mile an hour zone as we hit 40 mile an hour. How fortuitous. Well, of course, it should be from the back of the train, but that's okay. Still running along in the 4th notch. Going uphill slightly. Crossed over 50 mile an hour now. Cruising along. Another station full of surprise people. Hey, why doesn't he stop? Where's he going? What's going on? And cruising along. 2.7 miles to go now. As racetracks grow, this is a pretty quick one. We're coming up on 70 mile an hour with 2.7 miles to go. Can we make 100? There's a question for you. Can we do it? Bit of a tile loading pause there. It's feeling a bit rough in the corners. Coming up on 75, nearly there, going downhill, coming through another platform. Doesn't look as quick when you're up high. 2.3 miles to go, 80 mile an hour. Going okay here. 85 mile an hour nearly. Going downhill. Quite a steep descent. To another platform. Ooh, that felt a bit rough there. Going quick. Imagine doing this with an ice. We're coming up on 90 mile an hour. Hitting into the 30 zone. 1.7 miles to go to Glasgow. Will the chicken juices let it get up to 100? That's the question. Ooh, that's a tight corner. Going to go through some points here. Cruising along. Ooh, that was a bit of a jump. It stayed on. 95, nearly. Don't think we're going to get to 100 because I've only got a mile to go and I've got to slow down for that yard. So I don't think I'm going to make it to 100. Might make it to 95. No, I've got to come off the juice and I've got to get on the brakes because I've got to be going, from experience, I know 60 miles into this yard and we're going way too quick. We're doing 90. I don't know if I'm going to get through here. Ooh, that's rough. Coming down to 60. We're coming up to the end of the platform. I'm in step 3. You're not going to be too violent coming in here, but remember you've got to kiss the buffers at the end. It's harder than it sounds. Because if you hit them too hard, you derail. We almost derailed in those points. All right, I'm coming back off the brakes a bit. Just going to let it roll in for the moment. Oh, 20 mile an hour does not feel fast anymore. Step 2. Let's go outside the train so we can verify the kiss. Come on, swing around, swing around. Swing around, swing around. Now how hard you hit these is entirely up to you. 1 mile an hour is a bit boring. I reckon you could probably hit them up to about 4 and you'd be okay. Got to actually touch them. All right, brakes on. All right, we have touched. Doors open. The time will be the time you have when you shut the doors and get the green circle. That is your race time. All right, ready to write mine down. 12, 10 and 30. We're still unloading passengers at this point. And as you can tell, definitely, oops. Well, now that we've zoomed away, but definitely touching the buffers anyway. Let's do it with the 8. We can go look then. So this is what you got to be. You've got to be touching the buffers like this. And we're coming up on the close time. And our time is when the green circle comes, 12, 11 and... Wait for it. Wait for it. 12, 11 and 7. All right, there's the time you got to beat, folks. 12, 11, 07. Good luck. Enjoy. I hope you have fun. You can submit your times in 2 ways. You can put them on the post in the forum, or you can DM me and I'll give you a link to where you can upload a video and I'll make a race video combining all of our videos if people submit. So go give it a crack. Enjoy yourselves. This is fun. Bye now.